So, as we all know, Tom Brady retired several months ago here in 2023. It's 2023, and for the first time since 2000, people, first time since 2000, Tom Brady will not be playing in the National Football League. Tom Brady's retired, 7 Super Bowl wins, 1 Super Bowl win in Tampa Bay, 6 in New England with the Patriots. He holds all the crazy records as far as touchdowns, passing yards, all the longevity stats mostly belong to Tom Brady. And even at 45 years old, people, Tom Brady was still a really solid quarterback. And I think that that's one thing that Tom Brady can hang his hat on. Dan Marino, man, it was ugly the final year in Miami with him, okay? Peyton Manning, even though he won a Super Bowl, it was kind of choppy. It was kind of ugly. Like, Peyton Manning was not a great quarterback. He was mostly carried by his defense, his final year in Denver. With Tom Brady, I feel like he walked out on his own 2 feet. Obviously, the playoff game versus Dallas wasn't great, but for the most part, Tom Brady clocked in a very solid season, at least compared to every 45-year-old athlete ever, because most 45-year-old athletes are retired at that point. Tom Brady was still slinging that rock around, okay? Now, a lot of people hate Tom Brady because they think he's kind of a jerk. Some people point him out to be a bad sport, which I don't necessarily disagree with to a degree. I've never been around Tom Brady, never met the guy, but I didn't like the fact that he didn't shake Nick Foles' hand after Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles beat him in the Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden, when Tom Brady's winning Super Bowls, he is going to shake everyone's hand because, oh, it's all good. I won. But no, Tom, keep that same energy. Let's be a fair sport. Michael Jordan congratulated the Detroit Pistons every time they beat him. He shook their hand, was a good sport. That wasn't Tom Brady. That's not who he was, unfortunately. But I can appreciate Tom Brady. You want to know why? Because Tom Brady was never handed anything in his football life. He was doubted from day one. Didn't start initially at his high school. Had to battle it out with Drew Henson at Michigan for the starting job. Drew Henson was rotating snaps with Tom Brady at one point at Michigan. Tom Brady was the 199th pick of his draft class in 2000. And if you look at that NFL combine and his body at the time, it was kind of rocky and rough for Tom Brady. But you can see over time, Tom Brady improved his body. He got stronger. He got faster. He got better. Okay, it wasn't great early, but he improved, And Tom Brady had to earn everything he got. And once Tom Brady got his opportunity, he was ready. And he never looked back. And we can say Tom Brady was never as talented as a Ben Roethlisberger or a Cam Newton. Two guys that were 6'5", had elite arms, absolute cannons, and are built like tanks, and they can move a lot faster than Tom Brady. But Tom Brady became better than all those guys, and maybe arguably the greatest football player to ever live because he outsmarted the defense. He came prepared. His preparation, top notch, top notch. The way he prepared. And, I find this a little bit odd based on some NFL fans that I have observed. Just a little bit odd. Flatly only because I understand the Tom Brady hate. Because, like I said earlier, he can at times come across a little bit as a jerk, a little cocky. The Patriots have been accused of cheating in the past. So I understand why some people despise Tom Brady and the Patriots. And for one, a lot of people hate on greatness in general. So that's one thing. But Michael Jordan is absolutely beloved among universally everyone, except a couple of weird people here and there. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan is loved and worshipped and appreciated. But Michael Jordan also punched teammates. Okay, he punched teammates. He wasn't always the best guy to get along with people. There were some people that hated Michael Jordan that were his teammates. They loved the success that he brought them, but man, he made practice at times brutal for those guys, and rightfully so, because Michael Jordan once said, I'm not going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. So I understand, I'm not necessarily criticizing Jordan. I'm just trying to look at things from a logical perspective and say, okay, Tom Brady and Michael Jordan both won a bunch of championships. Both were great for a long time. Meanwhile, one guy is absolutely loved beyond and worshipped time and time again, and the other guy is wildly hated by so many people. And I just think that discrepancy is a tad bit weird. I get it. Michael Jordan is more marketable. He's more cool. He has the nice shoes. And one thing about Michael Jordan was he was always a great sport. When the Detroit Pistons beat him multiple times in the playoffs, Michael Jordan would shake their hand, be a good sport, and say, hey, we'll get him next time. The next year, we'll get him. Tom Brady wasn't like that versus the Philadelphia Eagles when he wouldn't shake Nick Foles' hand after the Eagles beat him. I get that, but I just kind of find that interesting, But let's just kind of move on here, okay? One thing people can also admit about Tom Brady, whether they like it or not, if they're being realistic, Tom Brady absolutely cared about his craft. He was going to do whatever it takes to win. This is a guy that spends millions of dollars on his body and his diet, and it shows on the football field because even at age 45, Tom Brady could hold his own versus any quarterback in the NFL, except maybe the top guys like Patrick Mahomes, for example, who's at the peak of his prime, is like age 27 and Tom Brady's 45. Maybe not in that case, but Tom Brady could hold his own versus anyone in the National Football League at age 45. And I think his diet and his preparation reflected upon him on the football field because, like I said, even at such an old age, Tom Brady was great. Look at Russell Wilson. We're talking about a guy that has won a Super Bowl, a guy that spends millions of dollars on his body as well. He's breaking down at age 33, 34. We'll see if Russell Wilson can bounce back, but I don't think Russell Wilson is going to last anywhere close to age 45 in the NFL. But that just shows you how special Tom Brady is, not only as an athlete, but just as a quarterback and football player in general. And from age 23 to 45, Tom Brady realized because I'm the greatest to ever do it, arguably, I'm obligated to play the game of football as long as humanly possible, whether it be for my organization or for the fans who love and would die for me, okay? Whatever it takes, Tom Brady was going to do to win. No teammate ever really openly badmouthed him. There's probably a teammate out there that probably despises him quietly. But listen, you can make the best apple pie in the world. There's somebody out there in this world that just doesn't like apple pie. That's how the world works. But I'm very happy that I was able to see Tom Brady perform live in a football game. It was in 2019, his final year with the New England Patriots. They came to Cincinnati to play the Cincinnati Bengals. The New England Patriots, led by Tom Brady, dominated that game. It was so exciting for me to watch as a fan. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm not even necessarily a Tom Brady fanboy, but I just can appreciate greatness and great football. And for me, that was a pretty cool moment for me. And congratulations to Tom Brady for an amazing career. His longevity is unmatched. His clutch performances in the biggest games and the biggest Super Bowls are unmatched. Okay, his ability to be an accurate thrower of the football. To me, he's arguably one of the most underrated talents at the quarterback position we've ever seen. I think his arm strength was super underrated. His ability to process defenses is second to none. And he's the ultimate clutch performer. Like I said, I think Tom Brady, you could definitely make the argument that he's the greatest football player of all time. And that's saying a lot because from an athletic perspective, Tom Brady probably can't even outrun Josh Rosen. But that's what makes Tom Brady so great. He realizes his limitations. He maximized his strengths. And it led to him being maybe the clutchest performer in sports history and the greatest of all time in his field. Congratulations, Tom Brady. Salute to you and retirement.